What's going on, fellas? It's Kazer, and I am back with another video on Smash Ultimate. Today, we're going to be talking about Banjo and Kazooie once again, because I'm going to be clarifying some things from the last video. So in the last video, I talked about how Vergeben leaked on Twitter that Banjo and Kazooie were in fact coming as a playable character in DLC, possibly 2, maybe later on, for Smash Ultimate. Now, a lot of you told me that there were some problems with that claim. A couple of them, a lot of them are about Vergeben specifically. Number one, Vergeben does not use Twitter. A lot of you guys told me that Vergeben only uses GameFAQs, and I did check up on that and saw that, yeah, it's very hard to confirm. Now, this is something that's difficult to confirm because on the Twitter account, it doesn't specify whether it is a parody or not. I haven't found any post by Vergeben claiming that this specific account is a parody account, but he has said in the past that his leaks are on GameFAQs. So I'd say to be skeptical of the Twitter account, definitely. I've seen people retweet in my timeline. That's how I found the account and found the tweet in the first place, was people going crazy, quoting the tweet, retweeting the tweet. But honestly, guys, you really can't be sure about that kind of stuff because it's not the type of thing where it's a very popular like YouTuber or streamer or something where they're verified and you know that it's them. It's, you know, like someone who leaks games, they're smaller and they're not going to be verified. It's going to be a lot harder to confirm the identity of someone like that, especially when their real name isn't used in it at all. So we don't really know. So I would say to be more skeptical about that Twitter account after hearing this information. So I do want to clarify that for you guys, that yes, with these sort of things, like, that's why I said in the video it wasn't like 100%. Like, don't take it as just because Vergeben confirmed it. There's a big difference between someone online, like a leaker confirming something, or Nintendo confirming something. And I still use that word confirm, just as Vergeben did in his tweet, or let's say the fake Vergeben, if you're not sure that he is the real Vergeben. Used in his tweet saying that his sources have confirmed it. That doesn't mean it's confirmed by Nintendo. Now, you can't take anything for 100% certainty until it is confirmed by Nintendo. So I do want to make that statement. I think that's an important thing to make that I don't think I made as straightforward in my last video. So yeah, that might not be him at all. It could be him, though, which is something that I do want to still consider because this is important, because he could have made a Twitter account or started posting leaks to that account after he made the statement, you know, like saying that he would use GameFAQs. Maybe he changed his mind, maybe he made a Twitter. In this day and age, it's really hard to confirm any of that. So I'd say be skeptical about it. But now we're going to talk about Vergeben Now we're going to talk about Vergeben specifically and his trustworthiness, because recently he hasn't been too trustworthy. A lot of people are skeptical on even him, his posts on GameFAQs, because he's been wrong a couple times recently. He said that there was going to be a Square Enix character in Smash Ultimate. That was one of his claims, that from the start there was going to be a Square Enix character in addition to Cloud, and we haven't seen that. And then he claimed it would be DLC, and we still haven't seen that too. So it's been long enough that we're thinking, like maybe he's not completely accurate. He had so many of his leaks accurate for Smash Ultimate before then, but that was like the one thing, and he's still suggesting that there is a Square Enix character. Now, there was another thing that he got wrong, and that was that the 2D Zelda game in the Direct was not going to be Link's Awakening. He made a post on GameFAQs shortly before the Direct that the 2D Zelda had nothing to do with Link's Awakening at all, and ended up being a remaster of Link's Awakening. His claim now is that there's still another 2D Zelda, and that it's a smaller project, and it is going to be released on the eShop sometime this year, or it might get delayed until 2020. Do we know that that's true? We don't really know that that's true. He could just be making that up for all we know. We don't really know. This is just some guy on the internet who's leaking this. And we've always trusted Vergeben in the past because he has been accurate in the past with the Smash leaks. But at this point, we don't really know if we could trust him or not. It's very hard to. So I'd say that if you want to be really sure, you got to just wait until Nintendo releases a statement about this kind of stuff. Now, getting past Vergeben, one thing to note is that he still is making the claim that there's going to be the Dragon Quest character in Smash. So there's that too. We don't really know if Erdrick is going to be in the game. I don't think I've really talked about Erdrick too much in the past before, but that was a rumor going around a while ago because a data miner found the word Brave in the code for Smash Ultimate, and Brave was the default name for a character. I think his official name is Erdrick. I don't really know too much about Dragon Quest, but that was apparently the protagonist in one of the older Dragon Quest games, and people are saying, like, yeah, I guess it would kind of make sense. I don't know if I see it happening. I think it's a toss-up. But definitely let me know what you guys think about that. That would be something. If you guys want to go over my Discord and talk about that too, you can find a link in the description to talk about that. But anyway, that's not the point of this video, so we're moving on. I'm going to be talking about Xbox now, because there is a rumor going around that there's Xbox game streaming coming to the Switch. And what that is coming to mobile devices as well as PCs. I think it already is on PCs to an extent, where you could stream a game from your Xbox or from a Microsoft-owned server, I believe. Or you don't even have to own an Xbox, I think. I'm not entirely sure how that part of it works, but you could stream a game, so it'll be running on a different system, but it just streams like the video of it. So there is probably a delay that comes along with that, but they're trying to use the technology and making it as little of a delay as possible, so it feels like you're actually playing it on whatever device you're using. So you can play like AAA console games on a smartphone or a tablet, and that service is rumored to be coming to the Nintendo Switch as well. That completely lines up with the previous statement that was accidentally released, where Xbox Live would be coming to the Switch in some form. So if this happens, you could basically play full Xbox One games, like without any hindrance to the graphics or anything, on a Nintendo Switch, even on the go if you have an internet connection, which is amazing. That's something that's really cool. I didn't think I'd ever see that happening, but now it seems like it's going to be a reality. So you're going to be able to play games with like your friends on Xbox Live then, theoretically. And that would also mean that Rare Replay, which holds Banjo and Kazooie, that game is going to be coming to the Switch then through that service, if that's a thing. So that means that Banjo will be on a Nintendo console once again. So does this mean that Banjo is likely? Well, I think right now it's up between him and Minecraft Steve. Those are the big two characters, and I'm going to go over them a little bit in this video. So let's get into this. Let's talk about Steve first, because Steve now if the Banjo leaks are not true, which is what we were talking about earlier, that maybe this is just some bogus claim. This might not even be real Vergeben. Even if it is, he's not the most credible. So if we're going to assume that that is false, then I'd say that Minecraft Steve is probably the more likely candidate, and I'm going to go over why right now. First of all, Steve is a modern character. Banjo hasn't really been relevant in quite some time. His last game was like 11 years ago or something like that, and it was received so horribly. Banjo and Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts. It was not a good game from what I have heard. I've never played it, so I can't really comment on it, but every review I've heard of it, people just say it was garbage, so that's something that's big when choosing a character, because the DLC, we know that Nintendo is making the choices. Sakurai does have some influence on it, but it's not a sort of thing that they're just going to take stuff directly from the fan ballot, like with the other characters for the base roster. So Steve, he's a modern character. He is part of gaming history. Minecraft is such a big game, how it went from being a small indie game to like this huge game that everybody's playing, a sandbox game, got bought by Microsoft. That's a big impact on gaming history. Minecraft is a game that people are going to be talking about 30, 40 years from now. So yeah, it's important. It is the largest game ever in some ways. Like, it sold the most copies. If you take across all platforms that Minecraft's been available on, I think the total is like 130 million or something ridiculous like that. Yeah, that's a big thing. And a lot of people are saying that it's dead now, but that's just not the case. If you check on to like look online, just search it up how many people are playing Minecraft. There's still millions of people go on that game every single month. So the game is definitely not dead. It's cross-platform right now, so people on Switch can play with people on Xbox, so that's a good connection between Nintendo and Microsoft with that game specifically. So if there's going to be a Microsoft rep, which I'm pretty sure there is at this point, Steve is definitely looking like the most likely candidate. And in addition to that, even though Sakurai doesn't have the hugest influence, he is a big Minecraft fan. He loves the game. So if there was any choice up to him which Microsoft character would be in it, I think he would have to go with Steve from Minecraft. But I don't want to completely rule out Banjo because he is an important character too. A lot of you guys probably love Banjo-Kazooie. I know a lot of the older Smash fans love those games because they grew up with them on the Nintendo 64. So we're going to talk about what can make him appear in Smash Ultimate. And first, that is his history with Nintendo. Because Banjo has had two main series games on the Nintendo 64. And both of those are beloved by fans of Smash. Now, this is more popular amongst older fans. These are the fans that are more dedicated to the series, but are the smaller group as compared to the younger audience. Now, the younger audience are mostly like children to teenagers that are interested in Smash. Like, they like the game. They're the largest group of fans, although they're not that dedicated to it. They'll buy the game, they'll maybe buy DLC, but they won't stick with the game for that long. But they are still the largest group, so when making new characters, that's why relevant characters are put in over fan-suggested characters, because even though it's the hardcore fans that want those in, the largest group of people who play the game aren't the hardcore fans. They're just the casual players. So Banjo's not really a character that would appeal to them, although it would appeal to the hardcore fans, and Sakurai has been trying to do that, although we know that this DLC is chosen by Nintendo, so we really don't know if this is going to appeal to the hardcore fans or not. But he was in the Smash ballot. He was a very highly requested character in the Smash ballot, so if Nintendo is following Sakurai and trying to appeal to the fans, we saw that Joker from Persona is kind of like in the middle. He is a modern character that is very relevant, but he also does appeal to fans because we know a lot of people on the internet want him to be in the game, so it's confusing. If we had a second DLC character, that would really help me judge what Nintendo's going for with this, whether they're going for just relevant characters or just for like pleasing fans online. We don't really know. Banjo also has the Vergeben leaks going for him, but like I said before, like we really don't know at this point. A lot of you guys brought to my attention that these leaks might be a lot less credible than I had previously thought, and we really just don't know at this point. But weighing all that together, it does seem like Steve is the more likely character, but I don't really know. I don't think we can really say until we see anything, but I definitely like to know what you guys have to say about this. Definitely let me know in the comments which one you think is more likely, and your thoughts on this video as a whole. If you want to bring the discussion further, definitely go and check out my Discord server. You can find a link to that in the description below. Click there. You could join for free. You could talk to me in that server. I'll be on there. You could get notified on when my new videos come out without having those annoying YouTube notifications. And it's just a great place to chat to other people who watch these videos as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. It really helps out. If you're new to the channel, definitely click that subscribe button. I'm going to be having a lot more speculative videos on DLC, talking about news with Smash Ultimate, as well as guides on how to play certain characters and do tech. I already have a lot of those kind of videos like up on my channel already, so if you want to check some more stuff out, I'll have some end cards at the end of the video. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is Cager, and I'll see you in the next one.